today, our spiritual practice is journaling. Now, I already hear the men rolling their eyes. Now, that's not to say that men don't have journals. I'm just saying, I hear you. They're too flowery, they're too whatever. Get a notebook, okay? Just get a notebook. It's okay. So, spiritual practice of journaling. The idea when we're using it as a spiritual practice is we're writing something down that will take us into a deeper place in our centering, listening, and praying time with God. Now, the beauty of journaling is you can use this in almost any way you'd like. The concept here is you may be praying, and something comes to you, and so you take out your journal and you write that down. Maybe it's a sentence, maybe it's a word, maybe it's a picture you've been given, maybe it's a memory that's been brought forward. And that takes you deeper down. And the other part of this is, if you do this on some type of regular basis, then you go back and you see how God is moving in your life and moving through you. Because we do one thing, and then we're on to the next thing. And then we forget that thing until somebody triggers us or something triggers us to remember that thing. But when you use a journal, you can see the overarching pieces of how God is working in your life. Again, this is not a, today I got up and we had a great day, the kids were fantastic, I got to see the grandkids. Yeah, it's not that. I mean, you can have a journal like that. But this is not that. This is, I was praying, and I heard God say to me, it's okay. And you write that down. It's okay. And you hold that with you. And then maybe 2 days later, you're having a day, and you open up your journal, and what does it say? It's okay. And this is how it comes back again and again and again. Now, another piece you can do with this is if you're reading something, and it feels like you have received something, or you have a question about something you're reading, and you want to remember to go look it up later, write it down. Go look it up later. So there are many purposes for this journal. So today you see blank space at the bottom of your journal page. I hope everybody got a pencil to write with, or you have a writing utensil. Because what I'm going to offer us today is a moment to center in as you listen to the bowl. And we're going to have a minute, maybe a minute and a half in that space. And then when we're done listening, when we're done listening, I'm going to ask you to write something down. Anything. What did it feel like? What did you hear? What did you see? What's happening? Okay? So let's begin. So I'd like you to get comfortable in the pew. Oh, take a deep breath. On the exhale, lower your shoulders. Take a deep breath. On the exhale, move out of your head into your heart. Open your heart, eyes, and ears to hear what God would have for you today. Listen deeply to this bowl. open your eyes as we continue to let the bowl ring. And maybe write down a word or two. Bless you. And see if anything has touched you. How did it feel? What did you hear? Write down a word or two. Thank you for participating in that. I encourage you to hold this with you and practice this week with other tools. Today we listen to a bowl. We'll hear scripture. Maybe you're reading something and you find a passage or a sentence that means something to you. I encourage you to write that down. And I would love it if later today, at the end of the service, when we're having fellowship time, I would encourage you to share with each other, if you feel led to, about what you wrote down or what you heard this time.